Hello, friends. Breaking news: Tim Cook, historic Apple CEO, stepping down after more than a decade and becoming a board member. He is stepping down, this great CEO, Tim Cook. He is my second favorite Apple CEO after Steve Jobs. And now he is stepping down to be the chairperson of their board. That is amazing. He has been a great CEO, I think. He has been amazing. And I think the whole Apple team, they're a bunch of amazing people. And now that he has done his amazing work as the CEO, he wants to step down. And I think it's a great time for Apple to showcase the other people that's working behind the scenes. And now this person will be the new CEO starting in September of 2026. I think it's great. September 1st, it's going to be the executive chairperson. It's amazing. And the new CEO will be John Termes. Turnus. I have never heard of this guy before, but apparently he is a great engineer in the Apple ecosystem. And Tim Cook has some nice things to say about him. He is a visionary who has contributed to Apple for over 25 years. And Tim Cook says that he is a great guy, a great guy. I have really nothing against Apple. I think what they have done is amazing. I've been a huge Apple fan from the very beginning. I used to do a lot of video production in the early 2000s, and all of our machines were Apple. We were using Final Cut. I learned to edit on a Final Cut 7. Actually, I learned to edit on a Final Cut 3.0. This was like 2002. And we made a lot of, this was before YouTube, so things were a little bit easier for us. We make youthful videos made by young people for young people. And we trained young people how to become editors on the Final Cut program, and later we upgraded to Adobe Premiere. But at the same time, they were using Apple machines. We were using Apple machines. We never left Apple. We never left Apple. When we upgraded our machines, we stayed on Apple. We never bought PCs. We never bought PCs. And it was always an amazing, amazing experience. When my boss and I had to go to the big computer store to buy new equipment, and I would write down my wish list of what I want. So at that time, the G5 was coming up. We wanted to upgrade our machines, and I made my list, my wish list, and we bought two G5s and we spec'd it out. We had the top RAMs and the top hard drive space, and we bought two G5s, and I got to install the new version of Apple Final Cut. That was amazing. That was a great experience. And we used those computers for a while until the Mac Pro came out. And when the Mac Pro came out, we had to basically we went from PowerPC to Intel, so that was amazing. And we get to I get to twinkle with the Windows on a Mac. That was amazing using Boot Camp. Oh, that was so much fun playing around with Boot Camp. And for the first time, I get to try Adobe on a Mac, Adobe Premiere, and it's amazing. And then we also bought the iMacs, so we put the iMacs. We had a editing studio. We had like a it's like a editing room. We had like 6 to 8 iMacs, and all these iMacs are using Final Cut. But later on, I upgraded everything to Adobe. But it was just amazing using Apple, and it's amazing. But Tim Cook, he has been one of the greatest CEO of Apple after Steve Jobs. And I think he has done a great job. I think a lot of Apple people they're gonna appreciate what Tim Cook has done for them, and they're looking forward to what this new CEO is going to offer. But according to Tim Cook, this new guy is gonna be a great addition. I can't wait to see this new CEO first keynote speaking performance. It's gonna be great. But congratulations to Tim Cook. A decade of being an Apple CEO, amazing. And after Steve Jobs, that's those are big shoes to fill. And I believe that Tim Cook filled those shoes perfectly. I think he did a great job filling the shoes of um, Steve Jobs. Sadly, we lost Steve Jobs to cancer, but I think he has done an amazing thing. Um, and this is one of my favorite pictures. You have Steve Jobs, and then you have Tim Cook, two of the greatest people of Apple history. I think they're just amazing to have led this multi-trillion-dollar corporation. It's fantastic. Anyways, thank you for watching, and see you next time.